And I frankly have been surprised to see not only the level of interest, but the level of technological development that supports that kind of interest. I think that in the United States we have the presumption to believe that, you know, all of the scientific knowledge and skill is located, you know, on our side of the Atlantic. And it's obviously the case that this is widely distributed. And I look forward to the laboratory bringing its own insights, bringing what is unique to this country, to this part of the world, into the science. The science sort of develops within culture, but it is something that communicates across cultures. And so I think it is fair to say that up till fairly recently, most of the movement has been from North America to, you know, to Europe. I look forward to seeing a more equal exchange of, and this is what I see coming.
Why do we gesture when we speak? Es el título de la conferencia que impartirás en unos momentos. ¿Por qué gesticulamos cuando hablamos?
I'm going to talk about this. It takes me 40 minutes to answer the question, but I'll give you the short answer. And the answer is that one of the reasons we gesture when we speak is that it helps us to speak. And that's not an answer that I would have given you 20 years ago. So that's something that we learned.
Muy bien. En un par de horas recorreremos la exposición fotográfica, tu primera exposición fotográfica que se ha montado en el campus de Mieres de la Universidad de Oviedo. ¿Qué significa para ti el arte de la fotografía, Bob?
That's really an interesting question. I wish I knew the answer to it. It is something I love very much. You know, it's a way of expressing something that is within me, and I think it's a way that is different from the thing that you express in science. In a way, there is a similarity between being a research scientist and being a photographer. As a photographer, as a scientist, you have hunches, you do experiments, and you see how they come out, you know. As a photographer, you have intuitions about things, you take pictures, and then you see sometimes your intuitions are not so good, and neither are the pictures, you know. And sometimes they surprise you. Sometimes when you take a picture, you see things in the picture that you didn't see in the situation. And then you say to yourself, what made me take that picture? Why? And you know that there was something that you responded to that was not conscious, but it was within your visual field that you knew was there, but you did not consciously articulate it. And that's wonderful. That really is wonderful. But a great American photographer, Gary Winogrand, said, I take pictures to see what things look like as a picture, you know. And I think, you know, that is, I suppose, I don't like to say that that's what I do, because he was a great photographer and I'm an amateur, you know. But, you know, amateur comes from the Latin word which means to love. And the thing about being an amateur is that you do it out of love. And that's why I do photography.
Bob, la Asociación Iberoamericana de la Comunicación trata de unir fuerzas con el fin de integrar a la cultura iberoamericana. La investigación es clave en este contexto. ¿Qué recomendaciones le harías a jóvenes iberoamericanos que hoy empiezan?
You know, I'm not very good at giving advice because all of the good decisions that I've made in life have been accidents, you know. I think when we talk about labs, we think about the equipment, you know, and the kind of wiring that we have, and none of these things matter at all. And the best research is often done with the most primitive equipment. The real important thing is the people, you know, the people who do it. And what is important is that their work grow out of a passion. And I think that's true of all good work. I mean, nothing can be done that is not done out of deep passion, deep commitment. I think as a leader you need somebody who is smart, which fortunately we have, and you need somebody who cares, you know, who cares deeply about how experiments come out. I remember when I was a graduate student, I worked for someone who would keep coming in my office and say, "How did that turn out?" You know, and I'd say, "I haven't done it yet." But he wanted to know, and that was very important to me, that he wanted to know. So I think that is where, that is the spirit that animates the lab. That is what makes the lab work. It is very, very nice to have good technology. It makes life easier. And students need to develop skills, because the things that they are doing now are not the things they will be doing in 20 years. So they need to have you know, if someone learns to play the violin, he doesn't learn just to play a Tchaikovsky violin concerto. He has to be able to play whatever is written and whatever will be written. So he needs technique, and students need to have these technical skills. But the most important thing they need to have is a passion for finding out what is the truth.
Muchísimas gracias, Bob, por compartir este rato con nosotros.
Gracias.
Bien, y finalizamos esta entrevista de la Asociación Iberoamericana de la Comunicación y nos despedimos. Desde Oviedo, como siempre, hasta pronto.